beers. Bloody brilliant beers.
On the piss.
And hello and welcome back to the Bloody Brilliant Beers podcast, brought to you by Better.
That's Clutch Some Dallas. We are the Bloody Brilliant Beers. We started out reviewing craft beers on Facebook, and now we bring you the conversations that you'd more than likely hear from the front bar at your local. Where are we today, Clutzy?
Just for something different, mate, we've actually decided to pack up shop, take everything that we've got, and jump in a corner of the Caxton Hotel.
Yep. Thought we'd try something new.
Yep.
This will be the last show we're recording in 2024.
Yep.
So we thought we'd change it up and record it at the Caxton Hotel, the best pub in the entire world.
Guys, it's actually pretty crazy that we've been able to do it. Busy time of year, obviously, for the Caxton. Somewhere we've never really been before.
No, I'm quite liking it though.
Yeah, it's good.
All the rumours that I've heard about it being the best pub in the world is really holding up.
Yep.
This, of course, is out on the Piss podcast, where usually it's Clutzy and I talking shit, having a beer, catching up. But we're recording this a few weeks ago now. If you're listening to it, it's going to be the BBB Awards show for the year.
Yep.
We'll hand out some awards towards the end of the show. I'm going to give you a quick recap of the year that was 2024. Fuck, it was a good one.
Yep.
A big one, but a good one. Clutzy's still overseas if you're listening to this, so this is actually the fourth show we're recording today at the time of recording, which is pretty fucked. It's 6:15 p.m. We've been here since about midday.
Now, for those of you who say we don't put in big shifts,
go you're
fuck
probably
yourself.
right.
You're probably
Really?
right. Yeah.
Apart from the sports show, this is the latest we've been here
in a long time.
probably since we both left work.
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
honest. Oh, well, we say been here working.
Yeah.
We've been on the piss here much later than this, obviously.
Yeah.
But a great year, Josh, a big year. I just went through and just like put down dot points of shit that I could remember that happened throughout the year. Not gonna lie, I just went through the Instagram page and pulled out stuff.
I went through your Instagram for your monthly recaps to see what the photos
that's what they're
were.
good for. They're really good stuff. So January, obviously, start of the year. One thing that I had down, which may not have made your list, but was the first time we had Zach Stubblety Cook on. I think we might have actually recorded it earlier in the year, but released it. Sorry, earlier in 2023, but released it over the break, like what we've done here, essentially. But it was pretty cool. I think, obviously, we had him on a second time towards the back end of 2024.
Yeah, just after the Olympics.
It was pretty cool to have a gold medalist on the podcast, one, but also hear all about his experience in the Olympics, but also then hear how excited he was for the next one and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Get both ends of it. And obviously it's on my list again later to have him on, but then to have him on again after the Olympics was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But it gave us some pretty good insight as just two absolute dribblers at the pub. To have something like that in was, I thought, pretty cool.
Yeah.
The other person we had on in that time frame was the Fight Dietitian, which I still think potentially one of my favorite podcasts we've ever done.
Yeah, it was fucking insane.
Like, that dude is crazy.
He is.
If you haven't
nuts.
listened to that, go back. Like, it's
one of the best we've
He
done.
works with some insane athletes at the top of their echelon.
Yeah.
But also just does like ultra marathons. Like, yeah, I've like spent a bit of time with Geordie since then, and every time I get to spend time with him, I'm like, holy fuck, this is sick.
Yeah,
he's just sick.
Das literally texts me being like, this dude just like does the craziest shit.
Yeah,
like,
he's fucking
He's so
awesome.
cool because he just says what he's going to do next and he actually does it.
Yeah, he's doing
Which is
high
pretty
rocks.
sick.
I think he's in Canada or some shit now. I'm assuming for I don't know if it's for a holiday or for the UFC or something. But
Yeah, who
he leads a
knows?
pretty cool life. And again, to have access to something like that, to be able to sit in here at the Caxton and talk to us for however long it was pretty fucking cool.
Pardon me.
The other two things I had in January was obviously going to the first test, back when it was the first test. It wasn't the first test.
No,
it is the first test. You know what we mean.
Test against West Indies, hey.
Yeah, we actually lost, but we got to get on the ground, which was pretty cool.
We saw some pretty cool shit, but we got on the ground. We thought we were getting free drinks in the Bundy tent.
Jokes.
But we
$16 a pop.
Basically laid there and got sticky, which was great.
That actually was shit. The more I think about it.
Yeah, no, we probably should have stayed in the
stinks,
seats.
Josh. That really smells bad.
We've been building up to a stinky one. We've been pretty blessed with no stench.
We have, yeah.
But yeah, that was a good highlight. That young, I forgot who the guy was, but there was a young West Indies fellow who basically just took the game by the nuts and twisted them.
You couldn't even be mad. We obviously lost, but you couldn't be mad at the young bloke for that.
I heard something a while back, and it was like outside of like South Africa, New Zealand, India, and England, like, do we really give a fuck if we lose matches of cricket?
Yeah. It kind of sucks, but
It
like
sucks,
you can't
but
be
it's
mad
just
at the
like-
West Indies, can you? They're such a lovable team. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
is a
The
great
only other
point.
one I had for January was the pizza marathon. What an event!
Yeah, so that was in January.
I think
wasn't
so.
it?
I think
Fuck
we posted
me.
about it in January. So if not, it must have been like sort of the start of February.
Because I had that as well, because I know that was leading into the boxing, because that was
Yeah.
a big thing for me, was doing that. I wasn't sure if it was, I think it was pre-Vegas.
Yeah, it was definitely pre-Vegas.
Pre-Vegas. Yeah, that was fucked. Got the tattoo on my ass, which is lovely. It's still there for
Yeah,
those
it is
wondering.
still there.
It is definitely
a
still
real
there.
tattoo.
A lot of people saw it at the Jack.
Yep, a lot of people.
A lot of people saw it at the Jack.
Yeah, the pizza marathon though, quite a fun day. Well, for me.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I just can't believe how many people out there still reckon they could. I still have people come up to me and be like, I could have done that. Well,
Have a
fucking
crack
go
if
and
you-
do it, because
yeah.
it was fucked.
It was. We should. You know, what we should do get Jimmy Judge to do it.
Yeah,
We should do a collab with him.
yeah, and see if he
That's
can
actually
do
a
it.
great idea.
Yeah, and then maybe we see if we could eat it combined.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be good. And then
Who can eat more, two people or one?
yeah, I like that a lot. Let's do that.
Yep.
And then we can run a marathon with him the next day.
No, thank you.
But yeah, that was my points for Jan.
Yeah,
Do you have
lovely.
anything else?
No, I just had that for Jan. Those two things. Going into Feb, my main things I had were Vegas and San Fran.
Yep.
That was towards the end of the month. What a time that was.
Yep.
Being able to go over, we did the 10K follow
Yeah.
on Bluebet at
Blue
the time,
Bet,
who
better, yeah.
are now
Yeah,
better.
we managed to, I think they only had 1,300 followers. We got them to 10K, which got us
In a
our
couple
trip
of
to
weeks,
Vegas. Yeah,
which
so
was
that's
quite fucked.
solely you. If you're listening to this, the only reason we got to go to Vegas was you.
Yeah, a couple of you psychos decided to pay for followers, so I think they had to delete almost 4,000 or 5,000 bots from their account, which is
think they
quite
manually had to
crazy.
do
And
that
they
as well,
manually had to
which
do
is
it,
so
which is
shit.
so annoying.
So funny you look back on it though.
But yeah, quite hilarious.
Yep.
So that was spectacular. Going over there was San Fran was an interesting place. Saw the largest shit we've ever seen.
Literally.
Do you know what? Like when I think
That
of
sticks
San
with you?
Fran, that's what sticks with me now. Is
not
the largest
Azkaban
shit.
or whatever. Not Azkaban. What's it called? Fucking
Alcatraz. Same thing, though.
Yeah, prison. Yeah,
It,
yeah.
Alcatraz is the human form of
Yeah.
Azkaban,
Azkaban,
so
yeah.
it's understandable.
Makes sense.
It was great though. Like we got to obviously catch up with some mates from Sydney over in Vegas. Got to catch up with Big Jimbo Reed from
Yeah,
the
that was
from the
cool.
Budgie comp in his hometown of San Fran. Which
Also met a lot of frothies over there.
yeah, met a lot.
Yeah,
which
like
was
more than you'd think.
yeah, which was crazy. Had such a good time over there. I fucking love America. I'd love to go.
You know
back.
what thinking about it now, something that brings a sense of joy within me was those. Remember those little hand grenades we got, like the
Oh
strawberry
yes, from
margaritas?
across the road.
Yeah,
Yes,
they were
Wyndham.
really good.
Dude, it's so funny, like, thinking back to this sort of stuff, like, I struggle sometimes to think of what we did, but as soon as I do, like, I can now, if I close my eyes, I can envision coming out of the building with the nice big door.
Yeah,
and
the doorman.
The doorman, who was a fucking legend.
Yeah.
As we're trying to get hassled to go and do the Wyndham Partners program.
that was fucked.
Which I'm dreading to do in New Zealand in a couple of months' time, because I'll be with my partner, but I'll be
Honestly, might be worth signing up.
yeah.
Just never
Well,
have to do
it could be, but I could do a Clint Newton and be like,
No,
I've done this 12
tackles.
times. 12 times. See you later. Goodbye.
I remember a lot of
Goodbye.
that. Remember we went to dinner on the
Yeah.
like the last night, and there was those hyenas or whatever they were. Do you remember that?
Hyenas.
I can't remember if they were hyenas or foxes or what.
Where did we have dinner on the last?
The Italian
oh
place.
yes, dude. The foxes running through the streets.
Yeah.
Yes, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, we got to do some sick shit there. Even just like walking down and seeing all the trams
Yeah.
and stuff. Fuck, man, America's so sick.
Yeah.
Like, I love that place so
Yeah.
much.
And Vegas was fucking off its head.
Yeah. Vegas was insane. I will never forget the chick in the Rabbitohs jersey coming.
Yeah.
This is fucking sick, cunt. Like, yeah, it is. Australia's in America.
Yeah, we made it,
Let's
baby.
fucking go, baby.
Yeah, that was fucking
Pretty
sick.
insane. One of the other things I had from that month was the Dolby Golf Day, actually,
Yeah,
the
that was
rugby
a great
golf day.
day. Yep.
Loved that. But my highlight wasn't so much the golf. I think we played good golf that day, but my highlight was stopping in at my auntie and uncle's and Rory, our mate, trying to convince my uncle to give up the Canary Yellow Weber.
Yep.
Every time I see a Weber now, I think of Canary Yellow.
And Rory
And I think
Driscoll.
of Rory Driscoll as well.
A couple other things I had Klutzy, you actually got your tattoo in February. Obviously, that was Pizza Marathon related,
Yep.
but we didn't get down to get the tattoo until Feb. We interviewed the head splitter, Isaac Harbin, which was fucking sick.
Great interview, that one.
Yep. And another one that maybe a little bit insignificant, but I just remember so clearly finding out about Jack Cronin's 21st cake, which was a Raiders jersey with his name on the front, which I thought, as a 21-year-old, speaks volumes of the lad.
Of who he is as a person. Yep.
For March, I actually had San Fran and Vegas in there. Obviously, I think we literally left on like the 28th of Feb or
Yeah,
something, 27th of Feb.
I
and we
thought
were
it
over
was
there for
towards
a
the
week
end,
or whatever.
yeah.
So, a bit of an overlap there. The only other one I had from March was launching 6 More Songs Day, the campaign, which is not
yes.
dead yet.
It's not dead. We actually need to get onto Jonty Bush
Yep.
because she said she could help us.
She's going to throw a weight behind it.
Yeah, which I'll tell you what,
massive.
which is huge.
Yep.
Like she's just doing things in state parliament. She's causing stirs in a good way. It's just good stuff. So that's the sort of person you want behind us. On that as well, I'm pretty sure this happened during this month, but when we went down to the Gong to watch Isaac fight,
No, that was
was that April?
Yep.
All right, sweet. Moving on to April. So we went down to Wollongong and we watched Isaac fight.
Yep.
Unfortunately, didn't get the win.
Yep. We got like media passes though for No Limit, which was fucking
insane.
sick.
That
Got
was
to go into
Big
the
shout out to
patrons and
Lukey
shit.
for getting us that and
Yep.
meeting Georgie Rose. It was his birthday that night.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot
Sammy
about that.
Goodman had a fight, which was insane as well. Fucked up that other dude that could fucking fight him well.
Yeah, couldn't fucking fight him well.
He spoke a lot of shit though.
Yeah, and then we also got to go on the budgie boat that same weekend.
That's pretty sick.
That was sick.
The
Great
the
weekend.
photographer got that sick photo of me
Yeah,
jumping in.
yeah.
Which is fucking cool.
That's when Clutzy and I booked our accommodation so late in Manly, and I reckon probably the fanciest place we've stayed together. Apart from
yeah.
maybe the Intercontinental, but we didn't pay for that.
we
so.
didn't pay for that. No, we paid
And
for this one. We were
we
there for like 10 minutes.
Not even. Yeah, we literally dropped our bags and left, and then we got back there at midnight and woke up and checked out the next morning. Like,
Yeah.
just a
And there was a
complete
frothy on the
waste of it.
door.
There was too.
Yeah, it was great.
There was
So
too.
if you're listening, we'd love
Shout
to
out
come
to
back.
you. Yeah, fucking swing us a discount code,
Yeah,
would you?
that'd
What was
be
it called? Manly Pacific or something?
Yeah, Manly Pacific or something.
Yeah,
like
really
that.
nice.
It was fucking lovely.
Really nice.
Moving on from that.
Oh, no, we got. Oh, sorry.
Oh, in April?
Still in April, yeah.
Okay, what else do we have in April?
Podcast Royale.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say. we got our heads bashed.
Still crazy experience.
No, that was one of the highlights for me. That'll be something that I don't think I appreciate enough now. I certainly do appreciate that we got to do it. But looking back in 10, 15, even 5 years' time, to say that we were on a card for the boxing event that had like the quickest sellout in Australia. Not the biggest, but the quickest boxing event to sell out in Australia. And it was just basically fucking blokes who talk shit on microphones coming together is insane. It was so fucking cool.
And I think even the whole process of it, from the training to like everything, like meeting everyone in the gym, learning a new skill, probably training the hardest we've ever trained for anything, like walking out in front of 4,000 people, like obviously didn't get the result, but still like a fucking,
Still insane.
just doing something that sounds impossible at the time. Like, do you want to go and fight in front of 4,000 people right now? No, I can't do that. That's fucking impossible.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And we did it. Like,
for me, probably the coolest thing was, and the thing I'm so stoked I got to do was have all the boys that came down come out with me, and then they just stayed around the ring, which was fucking hilarious.
So funny.
Because so many people behind them were off that, but it fucking
and
happened.
they all got fucking free drinks all night and shit.
Yeah, it was
funny.
so good. Of course, our mates are the ones to fucking stick around the ring and somehow end up with free drinks. Like, it was just hilarious. Some funny shit from that weekend. Good friend Geordie Madden, who loves going into the office, he almost set our Airbnb on fire. By putting Dominoes in the oven in the box and forgetting about it. And there was 2 flaming boxes. And then to see him just like, I don't know, have a factory reset, trying to process what was happening was quite funny. But that was a spectacular weekend. As I said, I can't wait to reflect on that in a couple of years' time because it was just such a whirlwind and so awesome that I think that group, it's going to be fucking hard to ever top that group of people that did that together. Everyone got around each other. Everyone was fucking mad cunts.
I think it's like even next year going to we'll be at the event and then we'll be like, holy fuck, that's right.
Yeah.
You know, that might sink in a little bit then when we're
Yeah.
on the other side.
Can't
of it.
wait to be on the other side of it.
Fucking oath, not
gonna be
getting my head
great.
punched in. I had two other smaller things from April. One was interviewing Mark Nichols, which was fucking cool. It's
Yeah.
pretty hard. Like, I don't know. A lot of other podcasts get great access to NRL players. We probably say the word cunt a bit too often, which
Yeah.
we're not going to pretend like we don't. Like,
Nah.
we get it, which tends to make it a bit trickier to get those sorts of people
Yeah.
in the studio. So to have Mark come in, that wasn't like arranged with the Dolphins or anything either. I don't even know how we fucking started talking.
Dude,
Just
he's
a great bloke.
Yeah, he's just a great bloke.
Yeah. So for him to come and give us some time was awesome. And the other one I had was Jack Cronin sitting on the floor for an episode. I can't remember what the bet was. We had a bet and he lost. And remember, he sat on the floor without a couch for the hour. It
Yeah.
was pretty fucking funny.
I think it might have been like Raiders to beat Broncos. or
Yeah, it
something
could have
like
been that. Yeah.
Something simple like that.
Yep.
From there, what do you have next? Because my next thing's Magic Round.
Yeah, mine's May. Magic Round. Obviously, fucking... That when I went through our Instagram to write this list and the amount of content that got posted in that period was just skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Probably mainly thanks to our good friend Donnie,
Yeah.
who obviously wasn't on the show as a full-time fixture this year. But
Jeez, he's come in clutch when we've needed him.
fucking
mate.
oath. And like going the big lift for things like the golf day and Magic Round. Like we don't pay him any money and he just produces, I literally think he produces the best content in Australia. Like who's making better vlogs than Donnie?
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
The way he shoots and edits is
Everything,
crazy.
yeah, the shooting and the editing, and when he came down for that, like just to get into some of the behind the scenes things, like Donnie has a vision of what he wants the video to be, which I think a lot of people do, but like something that I noticed a lot with him this year was he was like, okay, like I want you to do this,
Yeah.
because this is like I can see something happening
Really
here.
good at like framing up the days. Like, oh, we
Yeah.
need to get you boys out the front doing this first
Doing the-
before we
yeah.
go and do that. But, which I think we probably lacked in previous years where we just film shit and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This year, Donnie's thinking about the
Oh, it was
storyline and
so
going,
good.
yeah, we would have been fucked this year. There were so many times where he's like, can I just get you boys in the corner to just do this? And it'd literally just be like, oh, we're here fucking, we're about to go and ask questions with Budgie Smuggler. And, you know, simple shit. But him being on the ball and editing as he was going, just pumping out all the content was
yeah, it helped
crazy.
so much.
Yeah. So Magic Round was one for the ages. I think we've said it a few times this year, but just a great year. Great mix of business and pleasure.
Oh yeah, it completely ruined me physically, but that's okay.
It happens.
It happens, and can't wait to do it again.
The other things I had for May were Marty and Michael came in for an episode, which was pretty fucking cool as well.
Great blokes.
Yeah, it goes back to the boxing. Like, there's two blokes who we probably never would have met, or maybe not never, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like when you train with people for something like that, you just become quite close just from the fact that you're all doing tough shit together.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was sick to be able to come in. Like, I've seen their shit literally for years and years and years. Those guys have been making content.
They've been absolutely killing. Like the way that a lot of people like ask about them, and my biggest way of describing it, like they're the Australian Jackass, which
Yeah.
I think is like a huge compliment to them.
I reckon people don't realize how big their audience is. Like,
Yeah.
they have a massive fucking
Yeah,
audience.
it's insane, and like they're pretty much the only guys doing what they do, like on that sort of scale now.
Yeah,
I'd
big
say.
time. And just great blokes.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, they literally have guys that on the new Jackass movies that do what they do in America,
Yep.
but are like employed by Marty and Michael.
Yep.
So insane that they got that.
Yep.
But they're just great blokes. Like what you see on the camera is also what you get off the camera, but they're also just fucking quite
Yep.
normal, chilled out dudes. Fucking awesome guys.
Legends.
Very, very glad we got to meet them.
Do you have anything else for May?
I don't think so.
June, Clutzy's life changed forever.
Oh, is this my arsehole?
You tried the bidet.
Oh, the bidet. Well, yeah.
It changed forever.
I was going to say, well, my arsehole's sort of a constant
Yeah, that
thing.
was throughout the year. Pretty
But
much
yeah,
after Vegas, that was, wasn't it? Your
yeah.
arsehole, yeah.
The bidet, though, my God. We were telling someone about it the other day. I think it might have been Clint Newton, how I dressed up in corporate attire. And everyone was just laughing, imagining me in corporate attire. I was like, thanks, guys. It's really lovely. But I get it. And I did it. And I got to use a fucking bidet, squirted warm water up my ass, and it was great.
Now we're good friends with the Cheeky Clean boys as well.
Yeah, which is
Great supporters of this
spectacular. Mate,
podcast.
great supporters of the
Use the
pod.
code DUTLOVE to get an $89 or $98 bidet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's $89. Try
Yeah,
it.
who knows?
Find out
Just
yourself.
try it. And if it doesn't work, well, Fucking
If you're
sorry.
listening to this and you don't have a cheeky clean bidet, you're a fucking idiot. Basically, there I said it.
Dude, I have been away from mine and I like genuinely miss the feeling
it's
of
like
the
getting
water.
into your own bed or your own shower.
Yeah, exactly. Like I need my own water squirting up my own arsehole.
You know, it was actually nice, not cheeky clean related, but I went into the city for Dom Dollar last weekend, had a bit of time to kill, went and used the one in the foyer that you tried as well.
How
Just-
was it?
Oh, just good to be back.
Yeah, good to be back.
I
yeah.
felt like I never left.
Yeah, it's
Knew
good.
where all the buttons were, like, because that's quite a high tech one in there.
Oh, dude, it's insane.
I've worked there for 2 years, wouldn't have even pressed half the buttons on there.
Well, you would have had plenty of time to.
Fucking oath.
I'm excited just on bidets. I will be trialing every fucking
Oh,
bidet
in
that I
Japan.
can in Japan.
That's
I
what
might
you
have to do
should
some
do,
bidet,
bidet
reviews. Yeah. Then I'll post them on the BBB page so I can claim it back as a tax write.
The whole trip, yeah.
The whole trip.
Other things I had for June was, do you remember when Jack Cronin predicted the crowd attendance to the exact number?
Was that in June?
Yeah.
Fuck. That was insane.
It was also the week that I called him out. He was, I think it was
Yeah.
Broncos Dolphins, and he's like 25K, and I was like, nah, bullshit. Like, it's
Yeah.
gonna be way more. And then he predicted it to the number. Like
I don't
that-
think people. I don't think they. Considering he's not working for the NRL and
Yeah.
he's only just getting whatever stats are there. Like for him to predict the crowds like he did was insane.
fucked up.
He doesn't get enough
To the
recognition.
exact
Yeah,
number.
but the exact on one, I didn't think he'd ever get the exact on
Yeah.
any.
That's
I thought he'd get like within 100.
yeah.
But to
Even within 100, like fuck me, that's
yeah,
unbelievable.
which is impressive.
Yeah.
very impressive.
They need to study that man's mind. He's got to donate his
dude,
body.
They have to.
really have to.
They have to. He is something else.
He is. Something else who we had on, Toby Steele came on for a chat.
Yes.
Crazy dude.
Insane.
I think he's doing a fucking 200-mile run or something stupid soon. Like, follow him on Instagram, obviously. Just a crazy man.
yeah.
Very cool. And we also managed to get Mark Nichols, a boot sponsor, in Bluebet/Better.
Yeah.
Which I think, that's just us giving back to the community.
Yeah, exactly.
It's making things right.
Making prop lives matter.
Exactly right. July. I only had one big one for July, and geez, it was a big one.
Is that Townsville?
Girthmaster.
Girth. Oh, yes, dude. We literally just met some blokes downstairs who are asking when Girthmaster's coming
We
back
should
on.
get him back on. I don't know
We
what we
should.
fucking talk about.
Well, we could probably talk about his latest
cock.
escapades. And then we could just have a general chit chat.
Yeah, true. We could just ask him about his cock.
Yeah, we could. Can you give us a show?
Yeah, that's something we didn't do, was it?
Yeah.
Get a look. Although have seen.
Have seen.
Not IRL.
Not IRL, yeah, but have seen.
Yeah, he's
a
been in
lot.
Antarctica.
I saw
Do you reckon his cock would be like normal size after a while in Antarctica?
No.
He swam in the water there.
yeah, I reckon it would have been used as a rudder.
Tie him up on the bottom of the boat and use it
Yeah,
to steer.
use it as a rudder. Oh no. Dude, the fucking Titanic could have used him. Actually, that's a huge iceberg coming. Oh,
Get in the water, brother.
Girth.
Could have
would've
saved them all.
Could have saved them all.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack.
Sorry, Jack. We really wish the Girthmaster was there for you.
Why do I keep farting? Must be the
I can tell you a
beers.
few reasons. August, big one. I did see a clip where you announced that you enjoyed cupcaking yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I think I did too. I said I also.
I'm not cupcaking, but I am gassing myself right now. And it's fucking
That's
awesome.
when I had COVID. Remember, I was laying there and I was pissing myself because you were like, yeah, sometimes.
Self cupcake.
And you were-
Dude, I did one last night that was not a cupcake, but I felt a fart coming and I was really bored in bed. And I was like, I wonder what I can do here. I really like trying to make different sounds.
Yeah.
Like my favorite's farting in the shower. Cause
yeah.
yeah, it's awesome. Last night, I like cupcaked the asshole, but then used 2 fingers to spread my cheek. It's just like a nice hollow, like, it's fucking awesome.
The trombone.
Yeah, I'll have to show you one day.
Can you please try
I'll have to show you
film
one.
a trombone? please?
Imagine like there's a chick I used to see on TikTok all the time, and she'd be on roller skates
And she'd fart into
and she'd
pipes.
fart into pipes. It sounded like that. It sounded like her
As I
farting.
went to say that, I was like, I hope he's going to say, and she farts into pipes. Otherwise, I'm going to sound like a freak.
Freak. Yeah, they were both freaks. But yeah, she farts in. It sounded like the one when she farts into 100 mil PVC pipe. Just a big
I
echo.
love how you know about the different types of pipes. Obviously, a pipeman, so it makes sense.
But just like the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so that's my new joy.
Yep.
If I'm bored, seeing what different sound I can make by how far I spread my ass cheek / asshole.
Well done. Other things for August, Townsville. We had the Townsville trip.
What a time
We
to
just
be
recorded a
alive.
podcast with the We Got the Chocolates Boys, which will be out in a couple of weeks. And yeah, even they were saying that was a highlight of the year. Great trip.
Yeah.
Awesome experience.
Toyota
Again,
just, oh my God, like haven't been like, and it's not saying anything about the other people that we've done stuff with, but the whole, like the booking of the resort,
Yep.
all the different shit we got to do, and you
We
don't
just
have to
got
pay for it.
pampered.
It was like
which
the
we don't
ultimate
expect.
pamper trip. No,
it was
no.
above and beyond.
And like,
basically.
oh my God, I had a mind blank on her name. But the lady we're working with,
Mm.
she's like, oh, you've never been treated like this before. Like, fuck no, we don't expect that at all.
yeah, it was crazy.
It was just like, this is just insane.
Yep. But yeah, great trip.
Shout out to the Mad Cow and Deacon.
Yep. Zach W. Cook came back on
Yep.
after Paris, which was fucking sick. Again,
So
probably
cool.
one of my favorite pods of the year. Fucking cool.
Yeah, that was sick. Got to hear a lot more about, like, it was a lot fresher in his mind, I feel.
He's
like,
literally back like a week later.
Yeah.
Like it was a week after he got back or something.
it was insane. And
Yeah.
he came back with all these, like, now we obviously started with craft beers.
Yep.
He had these craft coffees.
Oh yeah, wild stuff.
Wild flavored coffees. Like,
Yep.
obviously
Watermelon.
we are massive fans of just your good stock standard grumpy regular blends, but
These were like if
this is like
coffee had
something
sour
different.
beers.
Yeah, this is like the sour beers of coffees.
Yep.
It was like different, but it was amazing.
And even just hearing him talk about the village and then how he wasn't sure if he was going to try and go to the next one, but he's like, yep, I'm fucking keen to climb the mountain again. Like,
Yeah.
it was fucking cool.
It's like the redemption story.
I
is
felt
just-
like that, the
oh.
second one we did with him, we could have talked for fucking hours and hours
Yeah.
and hours and hours. And we talked to him for hours before we recorded it too. Like,
we
he was
just
here
kept
for
chatting and
fucking
chatting.
half a day.
One of the great, like, I reckon, through all the podcasting stuff we've done, the Zach Stubbs interviews have been my favourite.
Yep.
He's just such a good bloke. Very interesting fella as well. Like, he's got so many different things happening. Would love to chat to him again in the new year, actually. I think he's living on the coast now, so
Yep.
he's got, like,
I'm going to go try and play golf with him while you're away, I reckon.
nice.
Yep.
That'd be good.
In the week after everyone else goes back to work. A great man. We also had Stephen Miles on the podcast at the time, the premier of The Great Estate of all time. He actually reached out to us as well, which was a pretty cool moment. Be
Yeah.
like, holy fuck. It was crazy. Got to hang out with him.
Yeah. And, like,
Up at the Caxton.
I think I've said it before, like, I'm not a Labor voter or anything like that. I don't really give a fuck about politics, to be perfectly
Definitely
honest.
not a political podcast.
Certainly not a political man. Although I reckon a good gag one year might be one of us running for the Senate, because you can nationally vote for it, so then we could try and-
Danger.
Yeah.
Get in. But then what if it'd be the worst ever if we actually did get in?
Oh.
You'd have so much responsibility, surely.
You get assistance.
What are they
for
gonna
that.
do? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Mate, I don't know. The fucking bloke who is the state member out like Caperaway, that cunt's done nothing for years, and he's kept a job for like 12 years. So
Fair enough. It's a good point.
It is a good point. Now, another thing I had in here, I'm actually not entirely sure on when it happened. I'm pretty sure it did happen in July or August. The Caxton got Guinness on tap.
Oh, I didn't have that here either.
Oh.
Where were we going? That remember we did. We're playing golf.
We're playing
I thought
golf.
it was going to be something that was a bit more significant, so I could remember the date.
No.
But that was a great day.
Yeah,
it was
and
really hot.
It
Remember?
was so hot, and then we just smashed the Guinness.
Yeah,
And we were late.
delicious. Yeah, we were.
It was
But
fucking
happens.
awesome.
The other thing I had for August was a Dirty Doot party.
Yeah, oh,
Historic.
yes.
Historic.
That was a great time for
Yep.
everyone involved.
Great to get the frothies involved.
Yep.
Great to get some Doots cleaned. Shout
Yep.
out to Cheeky Clean. Probably my favourite like sponsorship thing we've done.
Oh, yeah,
Ever.
dude. It was
Lot of
it
fun.
was a lot of fun. It was great to get some of our nearest and dearest frothies in as well. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that. I think they did, but it was a lot of fun.
Yep. September, the big one I had, well, the big two was 3 days down the coast with Budgie Smuggler on
Yep.
the shoot at the Gold Coast. Great times.
That was so much fun.
Good times, great classic hits. But the other thing was when the AEW reached
Yeah.
out and we got to interview Tony Storm and Paul Wright at the Caxton. Wild stuff.
Pretty fucked. Like Paul White, to us, we knew as the big show.
Yep. Growing up as a wrestling fan.
Oh my lord,
he's the man.
here's the man. And yeah, that was pretty cool. That was insane. Unfortunately, they've had to change locations for AEW, but these things happen. I actually think it's going to be better inside. So I think
I've been to wrestling at the entertainment centre.
yeah,
It's fucking
same.
cool.
It's so cool. It's a great atmosphere there. There's still tickets available. Not an ad, but get some and
Yep.
come along as well. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. The bungee shoot as well, I fucking loved. It was
Yeah.
so much fun. Some of my favorite content that we've got to do. We did that together with a whole bunch of different people from different walks of life, which was good fun. So I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a great 3 days.
Yep.
Got to meet some cool people as well. October, we went to Sydney again. We interviewed Linny.
Yeah, that
the
was great.
man, which was cool. Linny's the CEO and founder of Budgie Smuggler.
Yep.
Obviously, we've had a bit to do with him over the last few years with Budgie stuff, but it was actually cool to sit down and learn a bit more about the Budgie story,
Yep.
and even just to pick his brain and see how he operates, because he's built something fucking magical down there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a crazy, crazy interview, really, in the fucking hot tub at Budgie HQ.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Yeah, he's done some incredible things, old Lenny. So, one of our favourite brands. We've said it before, and we said it on that podcast. Like when we started, one of our goal brands to work with was Budgie Smuggler, and now we're doing a whole bunch of stuff with them. So
Yep.
it's been a lot of fun.
Has been good. The other thing I had in there was we got our skin checks. My first ever skin check.
Yeah,
Naturally Cooked
that was
sunscreen,
good.
boys. Something a bit different. Well,
Yep.
was it really? We're in our budgies, like tends to happen
Not,
quite a
not-
bit.
not that different. Yeah.
But I think different in terms of the doctor had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. But it was fun. Well, I think we made the skin check fun. Like, it's a bit of a daunting thing. As the boys said, they were like, holy shit, what happens if one of you guys actually has cancer? I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that's great.
Yeah.
Like, in a way.
That's why we're here, really.
That's why we're here. Like, you'd rather find out now than in a couple of years' time. Like, I know. We know of different people in our lives who have certainly been affected by skin cancer. Either they've got rid of them or they still are affected by it. It's a terrible disease. And Australia's probably the most
Yeah,
prone
I
to
think
it
it
in
is.
the world. like-
The Naturally Skin Boys had that stat. I think,
Yeah.
and I think Queensland even is
Yeah.
higher than everywhere else, which makes sense. With
It's just fucked.
the harsh Queensland sun, mate.
Yeah, mate. Fucking
It'll
hell.
get you, mate.
Yeah, sure, I can get you.
November, golf day. Hard
Vista
to top.
Golf Day, BBB Golf Day.
One
What
of the
a
greats.
fucking time
We need to
that
get
was.
the ball rolling on the next one of them, don't we?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, we do.
Lots of fun.
It was so much fun. Like, the Vista Golf boys are two of the greats. We had such a good time. They put on such a good show with us. Darcy and Mitch put so much effort into that, like actually organising it. And it was such a good day.
Yeah.
Had so much fun. In the new year, Darcy and I will actually be going down the coast to do the surfboard shaping
Yeah.
experience. With green breaks that I somehow won. So to everyone that was telling me I was shit at golf,
Eat a bag of dicks.
you sort of are correct still, but
Not
Daddy
that
does
bad.
have one good shot
Yeah,
every
that's
now
all
and
it
then.
takes. That's
Yeah.
all it takes. Would you prefer to have a good shot on the hole when no one's watching, or a good shot where you can win a surfboard shaping experience?
Exactly.
So know what I'd rather.
Yesterday at Ashgrove, they actually had closest to the pin comps and shit because they had some comp rounds going. I think Thursday's usually comp round for them. And on one of the holes, the closest to the pin was 75 centimetres, which was great. And then the next one was 582 centimetres.
Holy.
And I was like, my God. So my 250 is not looking too bad.
Yeah, would have got there.
Yeah.
Would have been a great result. Other things I had in November was the 8-week challenge, which obviously went for 2 months, so it didn't finish
Yeah.
there, but we kicked it off. We had a good chat with our mate Bluey from the
Yeah.
Daily Blue Weekly, which the podcast might even be out by now if you're listening to this, but if not, coming soon.
And had one of the great schnitty raps.
Yeah, one of the great shitty raps.
I
It's
can't
on
wait
his-
to go back to that place.
Neither can I. I can't believe we haven't been yet. To
Yeah,
be
I
honest,
know.
Corinthian.
Yeah.
Gonna have to pay to visit very shortly. And we're also blessed with Hey There Kawaja.
Oh, dude, the songs are coming back. Unfortunately, we went on a bender,
Yeah.
so I couldn't get one together for the last sports show. But don't worry,
You haven't heard the last
They
one.
will be coming back. I've got a lot of rugby league ones
Yeah, I
for
think
next year.
There's so much happening in rugby league as well. Plenty
Yeah.
of storylines you can depict via song. December, rounding it out, we had the Reignite launch with the Brisbane Heat,
Yep.
which was a cool experience.
That was cool. Great documentary. If you get a chance, go have a
on
watch of
YouTube
it.
now,
It's on
I think.
YouTube now. Cool.
yeah.
Have a watch of it. It's actually like obviously you know the result. We're the fucking best team in the country
ever.
ever. But to see the like without any spoilers, to see the
Trials and tribulations.
the cultural change and how you build a cricket team to what you want and what you need to be successful in a
Spoiler.
high stress environment.
It's Spencer Johnson.
Yeah.
That's what you want and that's what you need.
Yeah, you said a hot blonde cunt with piercing eyes that
Who can
bowls
bowl
146
fucking express.
kilometre bolts.
That's all it takes.
Yeah,
But tune in.
that's actually quite hard to find when you think about it, isn't it?
Exactly right. Make sure you tune in.
But that was great. We also had big highlight for me. Once again, something that I'll probably look back on and be like, how the fuck did that happen? Being able to get up and sing The Horses with Daryl Braithwaite. That
Yep.
was completely fucked.
Yeah, that was completely.
That was
fucked.
completely fucked. What was crazy, literally the day before, we were chatting to Cooper Johns, myself and Jimmy from Budgie, and he was like, if you were to get up and sing The Horses or anything from Cold Chisel or Jimmy Barnes, like everyone
Game over.
everyone would know the words. And he's like, to get up and be able to sing, that would be so cool. And somehow I got up there.
Yep.
Which was great. We then went into Frothmas.
Yep.
Frothmas was
Great
great.
weekend. Great-
Also, you
great
got to do
night.
your DJing with What's So
Yeah, I had that on my list. What's So Not at the barbershop, which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool opening for probably your favourite DJ of all time.
Yeah, at a barbershop. Very
Yeah.
random. Very random.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Very weird, but very sick.
Yep.
And then to roll that into Frothmas was a lot of
awesome.
fun. A great night.
Yeah.
Great celebration of the year. Obviously, the people listening to this are the ones who make everything we do possible. So to get so many of them together here at the Caxton
Yep.
was pretty cool. People travelled from all around the country to be here.
That's
as well,
the thing
which
that
is
rocked me the most.
wild.
We had people come up from Adelaide, people come up from New South Wales, like even big Chris came in from Daybra and then had to go out to Toowoomba to then go up to Mount Isa.
Yeah,
like
Poots
that's
from
just
Newey.
fucked.
Sensational stuff. We rolled that straight into the Jack, basically.
The Jack is something that, guys, next year when we start talking about the Jack again in like a preparation sense, like people need to get tickets to it next
Yeah.
year. You need to do whatever the fuck you can to get down there.
Yep.
It is
Lots of
holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Great golf course too.
Holy fuck. It's just and I dare say you'll probably see a very special side of myself there.
Yeah.
Which doesn't come out too often.
Not to that level. I
Not to
wouldn't
that
think.
level, no.
I'd say it comes out often, not to that level.
Yeah, not to that. Like it's me, but in my purest form.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
time. You know, the podcast we just recorded before this, but you know, sometimes you just need to rip.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to rip.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I've said it multiple times, and I think a lot of people say it, and it's words to live by. But some birds aren't meant to be caged, and there is no fucking way that me as a bird should ever be caged.
There's no caging. This
Just let me
Not at the
be
Jack anyway.
No. Let me be a fucking wedge-tail eagle and just go around and just squawk and
Yep.
flop and shit.
The only other thing I had on my list, Klutzy, which I don't think will be out at the time of this, but we just sat down and recorded with the boys from We Got the Chocolates. Obviously, we're big fans of their work, fellow Brisbane content fellows.
Yes.
We've been trying to organise shit with them for ages, but
I'd say probably 4 years.
yeah, so it was great to finally do it. Ripper blokes,
Yep.
Mitch and Lee. So make sure you tune in for that chat. It
Yep.
was fantastic.
Been a lot of fun. It's been a big year.
Big year. Thank you so much to everyone who's streamed the podcast or shared it with a friend or liked an Instagram post or anything. Bought merch. Wild. Like even just writing that list out, you're like, holy fuck, that's a
It's
crazy
actually
year.
so much. And
Yeah.
I dare say there'd be a whole bunch of shit we missed
forgot.
as well.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And it's all possible because of the people listening. But should we get into the awards ceremony, Josh? I'm a bit like fucking nervous about this.
Yeah,
I don't
I know.
know why.
It's
I've got a
actually
bit of a butterfly
little bit
in my
of a tingle.
belly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we go through? I've got all the results from the online form basically. Should we
Yeah.
go through? I'll do the open category first of these are all been submitted.
Yep.
And then maybe you can do your open category ones, and then we'll save the rookie of the year, the cooler of the year, and frothy of the year until last.
Yeah, sweet.
There'd be people who'd be going, fuck, I wonder who got frothy of the year. Anyway, to kick off the open category, for this award goes to someone for being for bringing the most content to this year's podcast. Any idea who it might be?
Lockie Owen.
It's Clutzy's arsehole. These are all fan submitted, by the way. I haven't written these. That's a fan submission.
To be
and
fair,
they're all anonymous. I don't know who wrote.
To be fair, that arsehole brought, I reckon,
Mate, we'd be fucked
6
without
months
it.
plus
Yeah,
worth
we'd
of
be fucked
content.
without it.
As I said before I was getting the surgery, I was quite upset that I was losing it in a way.
Yeah.
Because we've had so much joy with that.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Yeah,
Maybe.
don't smile because what just happened then.
Yeah, I won't be there. They're not tears of joy coming down the side of my face. That's for sure.
No, there's a bombing of
Oh,
Nagasaki
that
happening.
stinks, dude. That one, they're getting worse. We got to get out of here. The This Guy Fucks award to our good friend Donny Sports. The Mr. Underrated award goes to Caleb Campbell. Great
Yep.
contributor to all
Yep.
things BBB through the year. The Most Pissed Idiot. I'm assuming this is from Frothmas.
Yeah.
Blake Adams.
Yeah, nice.
Huge lift. He was punching schooners at a rate of knots. The Biggest Lifter, Hindley Street Hooligan. Now, this bloke's flown from obviously Hindley Street
Yeah.
twice this year to be
Sorry, twice. He'd never been on a plane before.
Yeah, and he flew here
And
for
the
Magic
two
Round.
times he's been on a plane now to come up to Brisbane to get on the piss with us.
Magic Round and Frothmas.
Yeah, which
crazy,
is just great stuff.
crazy stuff. The Getting Around the Boys award goes to the Dabra Dickhead. We spoke about it before.
Fuck yeah.
Chris had a big drive ahead of him and still came to Frothmas, and he had to be 0 because he was driving and was still shouting piss
He
at everyone.
shouted so much piss.
Also
Like,
a great
such-
contributor throughout the year
Yeah.
as well, like calls and in the Only Froth
Had some
chat.
great calls. I really appreciate when he gives us a nice little tug
honk.
on the honk of the
Yep.
truck horn. It's just good stuff.
Sensational stuff. The Musical Genius Award goes to Chris Bale.
Yeah, good.
Hey there,
Good.
Kawaja et al.
Yep.
All his endeavours. The Most Useless Niche Sports Knowledge Award, Jack Cronin. He'll love that he's received that one. And
God.
one that may have been forgotten, but I had in my notes that we had to give away for the end of the year, the Streaming Wars Award. Harry Reid.
Yeah.
Longest piss. You've got the final baggy
He's
green,
got the
mate.
final baggy green.
I'm going to have to find that. It's in my fucking drawer at home somewhere.
We had brought up a few times after that, like sending you piss streams, but we were never getting any submissions.
Especially now that we're better than...
I also think, how the fuck are you meant to top that?
yeah, it's tough.
It just kept going.
It's tough. Yeah.
Very impressive.
Well
Great
deserved.
commentary.
Yep.
Well deserved. Congratulations on literally getting the last ever mint condition baggy green.
Yep. Well done, mate. Do you have any personal
Alrighty,
awards
I've
you'd
got a
like to
couple of personal ones here. I'm just going to give some shout. These are the underrated contributors of the year. There's a few here. These boys have been around for quite a while.
Yep.
And have been doing great things, and they just get around everything that we do, like to comment on stuff. They're just good blokes. Caleb Campbell, Windchime, James Marshall, the Poo Picasso, Benny Simpson, Grayson Hasted, and Kelly Thor.
Yep.
These boys have been around for a long time within the community. And I'm very appreciative of what they do.
100%. Me too.
I've also got our top female contributor, which
Yep.
I think is something that we really need to get around, is young Grace Penne.
Yep.
The pastor.
The jokes of the week. Yep.
Oh, the jokes of the week. I'm actually missing the jokes of the
Yep.
week. But Grace has been getting around us for a while as well. And it's good to know that she's enjoying what we're doing. Rising Star. This was a tough one, actually. But honourable mentions go to the Dabra Dickhead, Chris Pearson, and Blake Adams as well. But my Rising Star, someone who he blesses us with calls from Dolby all the time.
Yep.
He peppers our messages with some of the funniest shit whenever he's pissed, and that is Lockie Baisley.
Yep.
So a big congratulations to Lockie, who is our rising star. I think the thing that really got it for me was the top fives that he's been submitting.
Yeah.
I mean, for someone to be able to submit a top five of hose sprinkler settings
Yeah.
is just phenomenal.
It is. It's the mind of a genius. Did we
Yeah.
cover off on the podcast about him talking about the Wickham? I can't remember if
Yeah,
we
I think we did. Yeah,
Hilarious
Yeah.
stuff, like-
him and Chris Merker.
Yeah.
Chris Merker is also an honourable mention there
Yeah,
because he's
yeah.
been doing some funny stuff along with him, and Gussie Baisley as well.
Yeah, the whole lot of the
whole
Dolby
lot
crew.
of the Dolby crew, but Lockie takes the cake there. And that's what I got there. So should we start with Rookie of the Year?
We should. Now, for Rookie of the Year and Caller of the Year, the votes were actually quite tight. Not a lot separated the winners. But Rookie of the Year this year, I think pretty well deserved.
Yep.
Not that he calls up that often, but he's been a great contributor
Yep.
to content in the group and the group chat.
And also in person.
In person, I was going to say, he's got around. I think the first time he ever dabbled in anything BBB properly was just rocking up to Magic Round on his own, of his own accord.
Lockie Olm describes it as an angel dropping from the heavens.
Yep.
Like we were just blessed with this godly man.
Yep.
He has a chiseled physique.
Huge cock.
Huge cock. Like,
From what
I
I've
know we've
seen.
interviewed Girthmaster, but like this
Length
man is
Master.
surely up there as well. Yeah. He fucking flies helicopters and shit, which not many cunts can do.
No. How's he fucking, if I was built like him flying helicopters, I'd have my dick chopped off.
Yeah,
I don't know how he keeps it intact.
Exactly. It's actually incredible that he still has a phallus. But the Rookie of the Year, if you haven't guessed it, is Keely.
Yep, Keely, mate, well done. Got around us. He came to the Dirty Drip party, came to Magic Round on his own. Obviously, Frothmas was a staple there. I think he's bought just about every piece of merch we've ever dropped.
I think one of the biggest things for what we do is we want to create a great community here where people get to meet each other. You guys enjoy listening to us for whatever reasons. But if we have people that like get around each other in the community, you're just good people. Just get amongst everything. Put yourself out there. Like Keely, to come down on a train during Magic Round not knowing anyone and just getting the fuck amongst it.
Yep.
That's what it's all about. Just put yourself out there. You might meet some new friends.
Yeah, now he's staying with people.
Now
Frothmas
it's fucking
wild.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's actually insane. So he's an absolute legend and very deserving of our Rookie of the Year.
Yep, absolutely. Moving on to Caller of the Year. Now, this one was super tight, Clutzy. The winner received 29% of votes, and there was two others who I reckon were pretty much exactly the same. Like, again, 1 or 2 votes separated it. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to Windchime and Travis Stone for being the 2 runners up. Some of Windchime's calls, holy dooly, fucking, especially, I know I've said it 4 times, when he had his sister and he was sitting on the couch with his Windchime, like, that's the fucking funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Fucking hilarious. No, it's been very good. And shout out to Travis as well for Lockie Olm describing it as one of the biggest lifts in the calls, going to all 14 payphones.
I'm going to have to edit that together at one stage and play them all on.
And play them all.
Yep.
But there has been one man that has consistently called this year.
Yep. Not just this year either. He's been for a while.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while
Yep.
and never fails to get a giggle with his sign off.
Yep.
Has only forgotten to sign off once. Which
we'll let that
utterly
slide.
disappointed me. But we will let it slide. But our Caller of the Year goes to the Ford Falcon fuckwit.
Well done, mate. Congratulations. I wonder if we've got an applause on here somewhere. Not that one. I'm not even going to fucking try. Oh, hang on.
Where is it?
No, we don't.
No, we don't. That's all right. Maybe we could do.
Oh, no.
Congratulations. There we go.
Moving on to the big one, Frothy of the Year.
Frothy of the Year. Now, this person has been around for a while now. Initially was a very silent contributor and then just came through the ranks and really put his mark on this podcast, on the group. Does so much. Like, he is such an outstanding bloke. One of the greats. Literally one of the best people I reckon I've ever met.
Yep.
He puts so much time and effort. He loves listening to the podcast. I believe he said to me he first listened to us when we went down to Ordinary Rig in 2022. He used to listen to Hello Sport all the time, heard us and was like, why the fuck aren't I supporting these guys who are just down the road? I want to get around some Queensland boys and they're funny as fuck. Don't know where the humour is in our thing, but that's okay. But this guy's just gotten around everything that we've done.
And he's created things outside of everything we've done.
Oh,
as well.
it's crazy.
He's
Like
gone
the
above and-
giveaways.
Say above and beyond is an understatement.
Yeah, it's actually insane what he has done for the Frothies group, the Frothies community, for the Frothy Avengers. He made fucking stubby coolers. Like, the man just does everything.
Yep.
And we've never once asked him to do it. He's a very selfless man. He's a great man.
He's frothy of the year.
Our frothy of the year.
Guess who?
Have a guess. It's Lauren Cresp. Nah, it's Lockie fucking Holm.
Congratulations, Lockie Holm.
Yeah, congratulations, mate. You
well
are
deserved.
on the Mount Rushmore of BBB people.
Yeah, who we got now? Bundy Dribbler.
Bundy Dribbler,
Oceanographer.
Oceanographer,
The Grub.
and
Lockie Holm.
Lockie Holm.
The Big Four. Holiday Park.
The Big Four. Now, given history of the other
Yeah.
three,
We'll never talk to you again.
we'll probably never talk to you again, Lockie, and you'll go off into the distance. So, mate, it's been nice knowing you for the last 2 years. Thank you for all your contributions. We'll get your hat to you,
Yep.
and then you can just fuck us
off.
off and never talk to us again. And yeah, we'll feel like your ex-girlfriends.
Yep.
Nah,
But
but
don't do that.
don't do that, please.
No, thank you to everyone who's listened, contributed, liked, shared everything this year. Come and said g'day. It's been a wild, wild year. We say it every year, but like reading out some of the shit we did. Like right now, I'm not even fucking kidding you. We have no plans for next year. Not a single plan.
Nah, we'll
And I'm sure we'll have a list like that at the end of next year.
Yeah.
All thanks to the people listening to this.
Yep.
So thank you all for getting around us and getting around everything we do. The potty's not stopping. If you're hearing this, Clutzy's pretty much back, I think. This is going to come out on the 8th of Jan. So, we still got 2 weeks.
yeah,
But the pod won't stop.
back on the 20th. Yeah,
The pod won't stop. But the first actual record of the year, will be for the 20th. So stay tuned for that.
I pretty much land back from the land of Godzilla, drop my shit at home, and then I'll be up at the Caxton recording not long after that.
No.
And the potty will be fucking back
Humming,
to
brother.
regular proceedings.
But Happy New Year, I guess, even though it's a week late. All the best for 2025. We'll see you soon.
Bye for now.